What's good, everybody? Big Red back in the building today. We're just gonna have a little fun and talk over a solo game. There will be little clips of me talking as I recorded this as well. But we're just gonna enjoy this, sit back, relax. I'm gonna commentate on a few things, make it a little more fun style instead of a serious mode, and add a little tips and tricks to it as well. So the micro Uzi, it just rips people to pieces. So make sure if you have it, close range battles. I prefer to aim in third person with that micro Uzi because of how fast it sprays. And if you could lock in your target, that is a good way to use it. But if you prefer ADSing, please feel free to do that. The second guy needs to clean out his ears. Grab some Q-tips. Clean those ears out, buddy, because you did not hear a single thing. I like running and jumping in the open. One, to not only see in other areas a little bit better with the quick jump, but also to keep the opponents guessing on my movements. So basically, if somebody has you locked in with a sniper or maybe a M4 with a scope, you know, it's going to be harder for them to guess your movement and harder for you to be hit. Got a lucky sidearm throw there with the frag grenade. It was an awkward throw, but we got it done. This guy got flicked on through the window. Should have had me, but luckily landed a couple shots on my arm, so it didn't take me out too quick.
In the world just happened.
How mad would you have been if you were that last guy I just killed? Honestly, I started taking a lot more shots towards vehicles because you just never know what shot is going to hit. Maybe you'll get a lucky headshot for the kill. So why not take shots, especially in solos? If you're in squads, you better tell your squad mates you're going to start shooting at least to give them a heads up. So number one, they could help you out. Number two, more shots in that general direction and maybe land a couple nice ones. Always zigzag back and forth when moving towards a certain direction. It's just a smarter play. If somebody is aiming at you, they're going to have a harder chance at actually killing you compared to when you run in a straight line. Make sure you use your ears. Listening is a top feature in this game, so you know exactly where your opponents are. This guy, I knew he had a vector, so I played it smart. I kind of outran his first couple shots. People with SMGs do move a little quicker when ADSing and third-person aiming. So I wanted him to waste some of his ammo before I locked in. He would have smoked me with that vector, just ripped me to shreds. So I had to make sure I kind of dodged the first, 15, 20 shots, and then I locked in and tried to take him out the game. When you're looting boxes, guys, either throw smoke if you're not confident with moving around and looting, but always make sure you do your best to move around the box and loot as best you can with this new loot feature sorting. It's a lot easier, so remember to stay moving, stay frosty, stay ready. Saw a care package, went after it in the midst of battle, and got the great hog. This was a throwback video, guys. Obviously, you could probably see that throwback video, but these guys were too busy fighting each other, didn't even pay attention to me. That's the best in the business, when you get lucky and you're not the one being shot at. So it was a couple easy kills here, locked and loaded. This guy hit him from the back with the headshot. Sprayed all my juices in the back of his brain. Next guy, headshot, AUG. I love the vert grip on the AUG, but as of right now, we do not have one. It's the half grip on the AUG. The AUG is still my favorite gun all around. Love that thing when it's in a care pack. Always got to get it. So many people in this general area, and I know a guy shot me from the top, so I want to blow his eardrums a little bit, make sure he didn't hear me too well, and throw this frag at him. It almost would have been better to spray that guy because of how close he was, but my one-time optics were fast enough just to stay within his character's movement speed, so I got lucky there. Crouch and shooting still huge help with controlling recoil, no matter what weapon you use. Do your best to crouch and shoot. Squads, it's a little bit harder because you're sitting duck. But solos, it's really juicy, especially if you can land your first couple shots. Keep the opponent worried. Keep them stressed out. Side to side, side to side. Now dip. I'm really big on being more aggressive, kind of being out in the middle of the open and having people shoot at me because I like listening to where shots are coming from. So I get the sense of direction of where people are at, which is one reason why I like to stay outside. But near endgame, I like to be more in the middle of the circle. Yeah, you have to look in a 360 direction every single way, but for me, I kind of like doing that because you're always in action. You're always kind of on your toes, always ready to rumble, no matter what happens. And then if people do run up to your building, it's just easier for you to lock and load on them. End game, still a lot of people for a small circle. Got to clear every single corner. You never know what camper wants to hide in such a random corner. You run into a lot of those people, especially in solos, so make sure keep your head on a swivel when entering buildings, because if you don't keep that head on a swivel, next thing you know, rip, and you're pissed off, breaking your controller, punching your monitor, whatever it may be, uninstalling the game, demonic Teddy, but whatever it may be, just keep your head on a swivel for those frustrating campers. Full boost is really helpful. It helps control recoil as well, so keep that in mind when playing this game. Also, if you get shot at, you don't have to heal later on, so try to stay fully boosted, especially if you have a ton of boosters. Just keep that in mind. Hard peeking. If you hard peek against a really good opponent, you will most likely lose the fight, guys. Try not to hard peek, because you'll get that melon popped off your neck by a sniper rifle. One thing I like to do is be out in the open, but I like to move around constantly. So yeah, sometimes you could be in a pickle and a lot of people are shooting at you and you'll eventually get killed. But a lot of other times, most people are afraid to shoot near endgame. So I like to just be in the open, try to see my surroundings as much as possible instead of kind of just holding down one direction. I tossed a couple smokes for one, cover for myself, but also cover for my future positioning. That way if people do happen to spot me, I could kind of make my way into the smoke, have some cover, have some hiding ability, and then maneuver my next movements from there. Still always moving, always adjusting to my position and switching things up. I threw this molly here on my left because if that guy did push me out on the left, he would have to go through the molly, so I didn't think he'd risk it. That way I could kind of face right and pay attention there. End game, I'm always just looking for kills. So no matter what, I'm finding all these bad bogeys. Bad and bougie. People end game are either major bots because they got there by, moving very slowly and surely throughout the game, or, you have maybe one or two really good guys at the end because of their skill that brought them to the end of the game. But you got to act confident yourself. Make sure everyone else is worried to let them know that you yourself are a confident and very skilled player. So keep that in mind, guys. Show them how sexy you are. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to give the video a like, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the bell for a ring-a-ding-ding to get notified when the next video of mine goes live. Catch you on the next one. Peace.